On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, yeah, folks, I had to do a review of the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers Week 13 matchup. Before I get into today's video, make sure you're subscribed. It doesn't cost anything. Pound that like button, hit that bell notification, and be notified of future videos like this on the Carolina Panthers. And by all means, folks, leave me some comments. I do love the dialogue. Well, folks, it's in the books. I got a little late into doing this. I had a busy week, a little let down because I kind of felt like this was a game that if we won second place in the division, it would be a tough road to hoe the rest of the way, playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers twice and Buffalo and New Orleans and New Orleans. I felt like that to have a shot, we had to win this game with Atlanta, and I really wanted to sweep. Game started out good. Cam Newton and company look good to drive. They go down. They score first, 7-0. Nice run in. But once again, folks, our defense lets us down. And it seems like every time we get a lead and maybe we can gain some momentum. If you want any proof of that, look for the Arizona game when we get a turnover and we score. You know, it's like the defense plays lights out. Once we get the ball back again and score, we're on a roll, and it just kind of went downhill. We won. But in this game, what is wrong with secondary? A.J. Bouye had his hands on a ball. Matt Ryan and company are driving down. They're converting on third down. They're moving down the field. They get around midfield or so, and A.J. Bouye drops one right through his hands. It would have ended the drive. It would have ended the drive, folks, taking 7 points off the board. A few plays later, I want to say, and I could be wrong, I want to say it was C.J. Henderson, but I could be wrong. But we had another corner who dropped another surefire interception, ball through his hands. Like I said, it was deep in Panther territory, but it would have ended the drive, and we would have had a 7-0 lead. But because of those two moves and not getting off the field, our defense Atlanta scored Matt Ryan 7-7. It was pretty much nip and tuck. And of course, here we go again in the ball game, and our defense has a chance to get off the field. And All-Pro Stephon Gilmore drops a short-hander interception. So we had three separate Panther corners, three defensive backs more or less. Ball in their hands, not a difficult catch. Interceptions all the way. Ball went through their hands. Basically allowing Atlanta to score on their drive after we had a 7-0 lead. And then the Stephon Gilmore surefire interception would have really kind of helped things. But I want to get back to where it's 7-7. And Cam's driving. And we've got the ball just over midfield, about I think it's the 41-yard line or so. Or right there on the cusp of field goal range. But the play before the interception came through, he had a wide open Robbie Anderson. It would have been a first down, right on the line. He drops it. So the next play is 3rd and 8. And like a lot of times, if it's not a penalty by the offensive line, false start, holding, it always ends up being a receiver dropping a pass that other teams' receivers don't drop. And we got 3rd and 8. And he throws enough where it'll be a first down, but Cam did not see the linebacker who basically was playing up on the line, who dropped back, cut to his left. Cam was throwing, I want to say it was DJ Moore, I could be wrong, who was slanting over the middle to his right, to his left. Or it would have been DJ Moore's right, but it was in Cam's left. And Cam didn't see him, and he's picked. Now here's a guy who gets his first career interception. Now we're talking about A.J. Bouye, who's played on some Pro Bowl teams. You're talking about Stephon Gilmore, who's been All-Pro. They drop interceptions. 3 Panther players drop surefire interceptions. Definitely would have taken the first 7 points off the board for Atlanta. But no, this guy for Atlanta has never had an interception, and not only does he pick it off, 67 yards the other way for a touchdown. And 14-7 Atlanta. And Atlanta would never really look back. And I did tell you, if you go back and look at the video earlier in the week, that there was two differences in this game would be time of possession. Whoever won time of possession. Well, Atlanta had almost a 10-minute edge in time of possession. We had more yardage, so forth and so on. But turnovers hurt. Not getting off the field hurt. And that's the difference in the ball game. Now, the other thing I said there would be a difference in this game was the turnovers. Atlanta fumble loses one, we fumble lose one, but the main thing is, and I know that Cam fumble was a terrible place to fall on the ball, but Cam's interception really killed us. Well, and we had one by Bridgewater, sorry. We had one by P.J. Walker, and it was just a floating duck. And for all you P.J. Walker fans out there who want to see him play, both of y'all sit down and shut the hell up. Get to the back of the room, because he doesn't have the athletic ability Cam has. He doesn't really have. He did have some nice passes to call a few, but he's so nimble. He gets hit and messed up so bad and sacked, and just under pressure he doesn't do well. That interception he threw up was a lame duck. Cam's interception, for the most part, didn't see the guy. You got to give the Atlanta defensive player kudos for making a hell of a play. It just didn't see him. P.J. Walker's, you can't. It's like he threw into double coverage. It was just a BS throwing the ball that play. But in saying that, the turnover battle was won by Atlanta. And I said it'd be the difference in the game, and it was. It's not like Matt Ryan's stats were all much better than Cam's other than the interception. And we just could not muster enough. We lose this game 29-21. And that one interception for a touchdown was critical. I think it made all the difference in the world. And this coaching staff is lost. And to a point, I think they lost the players. As good as the talent that we have on defense, anytime we get a lead, they can't hold anybody. Shades of last year at the beginning when they were learning, but they got better. But this team is in real big trouble. And, if you're David Tepper and all y'all want to push the button and fire rule, just got to be careful about getting rid of people at the drop of a hat. Because sometimes, if you give somebody a little bit more time, it works out. I think we're going to have to give Matt Rule one more year. And if he hasn't improved his stock and things don't get better, he's gone. Because Phil Snow's pitiful himself. And I don't know what to do for the offensive coordinator. They've got to go out and really find an offensive guru. They have to. But this team's in desperate need. And a 29-21 Atlanta win is not what I ordered. And once again, Matt Ryan has proved in his big, illustrious career with us, the 3 times in Panther history that the Panthers have swept Atlanta, we've only been able to sweep Matt Ryan one time. And that's pitiful. Okay, folks, what do you think of today's video? Were you as let down about Carolina's performance? Do you blame Cam? Do you blame the coaching staff? Leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification. You know if I have future videos like this on the Panthers. And by all means, folks, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. I'll see you on another episode of